Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Good to be back.
The third of our
Talking
Heads.
That's right.
Excellent. If you haven't seen us before, my name's Neary. I'm the team Vicar in the Beaminster Team.
And I'm David Baldwin, and I'm the team Rector of the Beaminster Team.
And we've been doing these little YouTube Talking Heads to explore the Gospel for the Sunday that comes afterwards. So it's good to see you.
Welcome.
What's renewed your hope this week?
A number of things, I think. I thoroughly enjoyed the Lyme Bay Deanery Choir Festival. Good to see people enjoying themselves. And I enjoyed the rock painting on Saturday. I'm sure you're going to talk about rock painting at some point or other.
I brought my rock.
Cue, the rock. And I thought that was good. And it was lovely to see lots of young families there who are not particularly regular, what we would call regular church members, but are members in their own way, which is great.
Yeah. It was good. I really enjoyed painting rocks.
I've moved them today as well.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
Ready to be distributed?
Because the Salvation Army collection has taken over.
Ah, yes. So Beaminster Church collects for the Salvation Army once a year, and that's happening this week. So you can drop your stuff off.
Unless you're watching this after Thursday, then please don't for the next 12 months.
But we painted these rocks. There we are. Jesus, King of Kings. We've got this crown theme for our Christmas outreach this year. So from the beginning of Advent, next Sunday, look out for them. They'll be hidden all around the villages. And you can take a picture of you holding it and then put it on social media if you want at Beaminster Team churches. And yeah, then hide it or keep it, whichever you want to do.
But don't rub the crown off it.
No, don't rub the crown off it, and don't throw it through someone's window.
No.
So, Advent. The beginning of the church's year.
It is.
Our year begins a month earlier than everybody else's.
It does.
I don't know what that says about the church, but there we are. But it's what's happening.
A lot.
So we've changed our colours to purple.
Yes.
People tell me I talk too much on these videos and I don't ask open questions. Shall I try again? So David, have we changed the colours of the church?
Yes.
That's not an open question. Oh dear.
Read the reading.
Maybe
for
Alpha's
Sunday.
right. Okay, here we go. So this is Matthew's Gospel, chapter 24, verses 36 to 44. But about that day and hour no one knows, neither the angels of heaven nor the Son, but only the Father. For as the days of Noah were, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. For as in those days before the flood they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day Noah entered the ark, and they knew nothing until the flood came and swept them all away. So too will be the coming of the Son of Man. The two will be in the field, one will be taken and one will be left. Two women will be grinding meal together, one will be taken and one will be left. Keep awake, therefore, for you do not know on what day your Lord is coming. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known in what part of the night the thief was coming, he would have stayed awake and would not have let his house be broken into. Therefore you also must be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an unexpected hour.
So what did that say to you?
It's about being ready.
And ready for what?
Well, in that passage, I think he's talking about Jesus coming again. But then I guess that might be because I'm reading that passage 2,000 years after it was spoken. And Jesus may well have been talking about events that were much closer in time to the people who were listening. But for me, when I listen to that passage, I think that it is about being ready for Jesus to return, to establish his kingdom, and how ready we might be to meet him.
And we reflected a little bit on that last week, didn't we, about what the kingdom of God was all about, and how the coming of Christ at Christmas establishes that new kingdom from the start.
Yeah.
So when you go to school and do your assemblies this week, what are you going to ask the children?
Well, I usually ask them what Advent's about.
And they will say?
An advent calendar is normally the reply. Mm-hmm. Chocolate, counting down. And then I ask them, what are we counting down to? What are we waiting for?
And they say?
Well, I've learnt you have to choose your hand carefully. But often, I usually get two answers. I either get Father Christmas or Jesus. And the truth is, I guess we're waiting for both, aren't we? Because if you're a child, then really what you're waiting for at Christmas is for that overwhelming excitement of Christmas Eve when you put your stocking out and you wonder if there'll be presents in the morning, and that's the most exciting thing. But because they are part of church schools and because they know that Christmas is about waiting for the coming of Jesus, they understand that that's what Advent's about too.
And for me, that's what I'd like to try and explore throughout Advent, and try and take up a theme week by week. And it's easy for us to do so because we're generally in different churches over Advent, so we can do it in a constructive way. To ask the question, what are you waiting for? What are we waiting for? I'm going into the senior school this week to do collective worship, and that's a different occasion altogether to the primary schools, as you know. And I'm going to be asking the students there, what do they actually think Advent is about? And I did this many years ago to school in Exeter, and one little boy said it's about adventure.
Yes, because he saw Advent at the beginning of the word adventure, yeah.
And after a very quick
rethink,
I have to say, actually, it is about adventure, because the adventure is the waiting, the preparing, the getting ready for that gift, the present of Christ at Christmas, which brings in the new kingdom that we celebrate and welcome. And so it is a big adventure, and Advent's a big adventure.
And it's that feeling that we're already there. You know, we know that Jesus has already come and God's kingdom is already being acted on earth. But I guess Advent's a really good time to kind of reflect on what difference that makes to our lives every day.
Yes.
And actually, when you think, what are you waiting for? You know, as a country, we're waiting for a general election and for Brexit. And I think I would hope that God is active in those things and showing his love and wisdom there.
I'm waiting for Walsall to win a football match.
Oh, you're going to be waiting a long time then, aren't you?
Perugia could happen first, yeah.
And there's that activity in waiting, I guess, as well. We don't always have to be passive in waiting. No. And I think that's what this passage is talking about. He's saying that you have to be ready, and being ready involves a life that's already committed to following Jesus and to the values of the kingdom, so that when he comes, it's not too much of a surprise.
And we're ready.
We're ready in what way?
When he comes, ready for the new regime, the new kingdom on earth to take fully over our lives.
And in some ways, we can never be ready for something we don't know fully what it's going to be like. But we kind of know some ways that getting ready is useful, you know, like prayer and reading the Bible and being part of God's community now.
And I guess that's part of the usefulness that you and I may have in life, is helping people to get ready and to prepare and to be aware of what all this preparation is about. As we will read over the coming weeks, as we get ever nearer to the great day, we'll hear about words which I think are fantastic for Advent. It's about this waiting, it's about this pondering, it's about looking, words we've forgotten, isn't it? Awe, wonder. And for me, Advent is my favourite season of the whole year, because there is something about just sitting still.
And that's a huge challenge in the run-up to Christmas, to actually carve out any time to be still and to get ourselves spiritually ready, because, it's kind of full throttle, really, at the moment. There's busyness everywhere, isn't there?
Yeah, I think that's a responsibility that we have to take, though, seriously.
Yeah.
We have to try and find that time. Yes, it is so busy and hectic, and for many people, that's become part of the excitement to them of Christmas. And as you say, you know, the world already has started celebrating Christmas. I saw a Christmas tree up in a house in West Bay yesterday. And here we are in a counter-cultural world saying, hang on, let's just wait. Let's just wait. Don't overstep the mark. And I think we have a responsibility, as I said a few moments ago, to actually say to people, just stop. Just wait. Just still yourself and be quiet. Because when the new kingdom comes in, the excitement begins.
If you want some help waiting this Advent, we can offer you some Advent reflections, which are going to be on our website from the 1st of December, from next Sunday. A little short reflection each day based on a couple of verses from Luke's Gospel, written by people in our team and people from the Diocese. So if you're interested, they'll be on our website, beaminsterteamchurches.org. But find us all over social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Beaminster Team. And we look forward to seeing you again. Bye.
And if you live in Beaminster, look out, or any of the 14 parishes that make up the team, then look out for your Jesus King of Kings rock. And then either hide it again somewhere else so somebody else can find it and enjoy it, or take it home. And when you do, on the back is the address to send your photographs to. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
Bye.